Our early 20s are not usually a time for raking in the dough, as some would say. It's certainly not a time when our income is at its highest. In fact, an income may even be non-existent. However, this doesn't mean we can't be doing well financially. The first sign that you're doing well financially in your early 20s is you have good debt management. Now, this can take many forms. Let's take a look at student loans as an example. And I want to start with a disclaimer. I will never tell you on this channel to not take out a student loan. If a student loan is what gets you from point A to B in your education journey and helps you achieve your dream job, then absolutely go for it. But I want you to be aware of some of the dangers and negative aspects of student loans. And so to do that, let's look at some statistics. In June of 2024, 43.6 million Americans held student loan debt. And this was an average balance of $38,000 per borrower. In total, the US has a collective balance of $1.7 trillion in student loan debt. Those two statistics show you how student loan debt is normalized. The average college student borrows $29,400 in loans to pay for their degree. The average monthly student loan payment is an estimated $500, and the average borrower takes 20 years to repay their student loan debt. I feel like a lot of times, especially in today's society, we fall into the trap of justifying all these student loans because we believe we're going to make that money back when we start working our job, especially if you're going into a very lucrative field. The ideology seems to be, oh, it doesn't matter what you're taking out, you're going to make that back in no time. And I want you to be careful and cautious with that approach. I don't care what field you're going into. If you leave college with $300,000 in student loan debt, that's not good. That's $300,000 that you have to pay back before you can start building wealth of your own. And when you think about those numbers, paying $500 a month on average for 20 years, that's money that could be invested, saved in a bank, put towards something else. Instead, you're just trying to dig yourself out of the hole. And it's very hard to see that hole in the future when we're operating with our mindset here in the 20s. But the decisions that we make regarding student loans in our late teens and early 20s will follow us well into adulthood. So how can we limit our student loans? Well, number one, I would avoid taking out high interest loans that over time accrue lots of interest and just add on to the money that you already have to pay back. I would maybe attend a school closer to home instead of going across the country to your dream school. You can save money on the cost of living that way and probably the cost of education as well. If you're unsure what you want to do or what you want to major in, I would attend a community college first, especially for your first 2 years to get those gen eds out of the way, and then worry about transferring into a 2-year school. If you're able to follow any of these tips and limit the amount of student loan debt that you take on, you are doing well financially in your early 20s. The second sign of good debt management is staying out of credit card debt. And you know that here at the Financial Bartender, I prefer spending with credit because of the cash back and the rewards and the ability to build credit. I think just makes that a much smarter spending choice than cash or a debit card. But there are two different credit card paths available to you in your early 20s. Path one, you always pay your credit card bill on time and in full. You reap the rewards of cash back and points. You build a healthy credit score so that in your mid to late 20s, you can get great interest rates on loans, etc., etc. Or there's path two, where you spend money that you don't have. And when that credit card bill comes due at the end of the month, you can't pay it. And you get slapped with late fees and interest. And suddenly, instead of setting yourself up for financial success in your early 20s, you are burying yourself in credit card debt. And if you combine credit card debt with student loan debt, you can start to see how you can really cripple your ability to build wealth. What I preach here at the Financial Bartender is to be disciplined with your credit card. Treat it like a debit card. Only spend money that you know you have. Pay it off on time and in full each month. If you can do this and avoid credit card debt, it is a sign you are doing financially well in your early 20s. The second sign that you are doing financially well in your early 20s is that you are financially aware. Finances impact everyone on the planet, and they will for your entire life. There is no way around that. And that's why it is crucial to have some understanding of how finances work. I'm not saying you need to follow daily financial news or become a genius in the stock market or accurately predict the next recession. But if you're in your early 20s and you find yourself unaware of how debt and interest works, you don't understand how buying with credit works. You don't understand the importance of saving money. Maybe you don't understand how compounding can grow an investment over time. There is no better time to start learning and become financially aware than right now. I like to think of the financial world as a game, and everybody in the world is playing it. If you don't know how to play, how can you ever expect yourself to win? Are you just gonna sit around hoping to get lucky? I would strongly advise against that. And I've used this example before, but let's pretend I sit down and I'm going to play a game of chess. And I've never played chess before, but I'm playing against one of the best chess players in the world. I'm going to lose, and I'm going to lose really bad. And I know this example is on the extreme side of things because in that game of chess, there's only one winner. But what makes the financial world great is that there can be multiple winners. All you have to do is know how to play the game. So how would I become more financially aware? Well, one of the things I've loved to do is read financial books. Books on investing, books on money management, books on trying to start a business, grow a business, things like that. If you're not much of a reader, you can watch YouTube videos like what you're watching right now. We're gonna have a lot of great stuff here at the Financial Bartender where we build wealth and wellness on a bartender's salary, so stick around. Another big thing I preach though is going out and participating. If you don't have a credit card, get one, make small purchases. See how it works to pay off a credit card and build a credit score. Start putting small amounts of money into an investment account and seeing how a market goes up and down and what that does to your money. Put your money into a bank, check out savings rates, maybe open up a certificate of deposit. There are all sorts of things you can do to participate in the world of finance and really gain more knowledge. Get your hands really dirty and get involved in the financial world. And so what I've given you here are 2 signs that you're doing financially well in your early 20s. Like I said, this is not a time when our income is at its highest, but it is a time when we can build very important financial pillars that will hold us up and support us the rest of our financial life. Thank you.